Okay, and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our resistance run, where I think we're starting to transition away from missiles and into sort of longer-lasting ships.
Offering support.
Granted, a lot of the
I will
newer
help
ships
them.
that we're building don't have the engines per se to go anywhere.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
I will report.
So
when
we're kind
my
of
mission is
reliant on the
complete.
aliens coming to us for those ships. One of the things we are working towards, is a more advanced engine, so we can go places.
Wrapping up here.
Okay, so our production guy got
Tell me
axed,
your orders.
so we're gonna have to go try to find another one before we lose all the intel on them. There's a green laser cannon. So, as I promised, we're gonna go do somewhat redesign of our ships. Oh, in the meantime, we're gonna decide a tech to replace it with. Platoon barracks. No. I'm a little worried about. Oh, and of course, it's the one we don't have access to. The volatile production. But yeah, we don't have the 15% for volatiles yet. We do maglev for the economy. Let's work on the neutron specker. We may end up using that. And that takes quite a while to research. Let's go into ship construction. We're gonna ship designer. We're gonna do a new ship. These are not gonna be battleships because we're lasers. You don't have to overwhelm point defensive lasers, so it's all about that big frontal gun. This is going to be basically the ship we're going to use using this battle cruiser. The first generation of these is going to be running the grid drive, because these are too big really for these two engines. Running this power plant. I forgot how much Delta V we were running on the other one. Gallipoli is running 32 kps. We probably wanted 32 kps as well. I need to put some weight on the ship before that's going to be a sensible number. Utility modules. We do have some utility module slots on here. Presumably want a targeting computer so we don't get jammed. We can throw a vector thruster on here so we can vector a little bit better. One of these is going to want to be a laser engine. And I suppose the other one can be means for the moment. Hull weapons. We're running 40mm autocannon in defense mode. Point defense battery. Defense mode. Nose weapons. The biggest green laser we can get. Arc would be better. Mainly because the arc would fire faster. These got a 30% cooldown. The arcs have 20% cooldown, so they basically putting out like 33% more damage. I think they also have a slightly better armor penetration. And then we slap the octane on here. And we're basically going to run the same sort of armor pattern we did before, which is 11560. Of course, it's not going to show me. I think it was 11560. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, then we come back to the ship designer. We need enough KPS to get to 30. Something, so that would work. We'll go one more to get 32. So that's basically what we're looking. It's a faster ship than the battleships, because there's a little bit of a smaller ship. Still a 3 MC ship. And the big thing on here is it's the big laser cannon in front. The upgrade of this is just a better blade cannon up front and a better engine. And if the armor doesn't improve effectiveness, you throw more engine or more armor in here. We can get a lot more armor in these things if we need to. We're just running 60 because I think that's where we are in the game. And then I'm going to do a modification on the Gallipoli, so we're going to do an upgrade to the Gallipoli. Which I'm going to solve this. Oh, I have to overwrite the name entirely if I want to change the name, because of course that's how that works. Can't add a modifier to the end. And the modifier the change I want to do here is I do want to do a single flag bridge. There we go. For the moment, I could start building the laser ones. I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the Gallipoli Block 2s. We're going to use Nachi's station here. We're going to crank one of those out. Those eat a lot more volatiles than I think than I was thinking they did. That's gonna that'll be buildable. That's gonna take 20 days to build, but that'll be buildable. Yeah, we'll accept that. And yeah, that takes more volatiles. And I think that's the radiator taking the volatile. Well, is that the radiator? It's taking up load. We can upgrade to Z. Break down here. It's probably actually the engine, the armor. No, maybe it's the radiator. Because yeah, it's 2 there. Oh, it's the side armor. It's the side armor. Because it's got a big long side. Okay. Maybe I don't go that heavy on the side. Well, I say maybe I don't. They're already built. They're already queued. Those ones are getting stuck with that much side armor. We might change that for the future.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Target remains operational.
Oof. Well, that was a 92. You just roll again.
We have found something.
Okay, we want you to try to turn a counselor from, the Protectorate. 94% chance of success.
Reeling them in.
Go on and do it then.
Your orders?
Double campaign. Oh, 3 slot providing 7. No, we're affording that. That's a different problem. You want 1 more XP. You've got slots, but we've got an idea what we're putting in the slots already. Yeah, let's put the child cog in first. It gets you up to 23. Then we just need 2 more admin to put you in. And then we do probably want to augment you up a little bit more. Ooh, that's actually a good question. So, I'm tempted to be putting loyalty monitors on people so we don't get infiltrated as badly. On the other hand, because I only have 1 person with Inspire, it'd bring this guy down to like 10. I'd have nowhere to erase it, so we'd know when he'd be turned, but we'd have to get rid of him when he get turned. Is the problem if I do that. So I might want to hold off on doing that. Otherwise, we're going to slowly work through our augments here. We're going to get our new person all the way augmented up. Yeah, I'm hoping these new ships that I've got being built are going to do a decent job, because there's a lot of volatile sunk into them, and I don't actually have... That's kind of the thing I feel that's holding me back. Got plenty of metal income, got plenty of water income, a little bit low on the volatiles.
Breaching lab security.
Like, one thing I'm going to do, let's go ahead and quickly modify these ship designs. So, if I upgrade this ship, and instead of really being an upgrade, let's actually downgrade the ship. Let's say it only has one side armor. How much? Yeah, it's the side armor. The side armor is all the volatiles. Okay. Like 2 side armor as much as 60 front. Okay. Okay, if we're building more ships, we're not putting any side armor for them for a while. Okay, we're gonna obsolete you for a bit. We're gonna upgrade this design. Same sort of logic. Yes, I want that side armor. Can I afford it? No. Also makes the ship much faster. Yeah. Okay. That was the mistake. Don't put any side armor in the ships. Well, put some. You want the one piece, but don't put more than one on, apparently. Okay. Anyhow, that's sped. Spend them all up. I don't think you get a good refund. I might actually check if we get a decent refund. When you upgrade them. I don't think you do. Because if we get a decent refund, I might take the refund. Otherwise, we'll just accept they don't have them. They don't have that armor.
Lending my expertise.
Offering assistance.
You're in China. Do a repeat mission. I don't think we've dealt with the uniform there yet.
We've turned them to our cause.
We do have that new ship building, right? Soon. I feel like the servants got someone turned.
We have hacked their research data.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, station's rebuilt. Well, the first round of stuff is fixed. There's the laser engine. So in some ways, this would be better for the volatiles at the cost of it being a ton of exotics. We're not going to check because it's a ton of exotics. What to go after? I think we're actually starting to get to the point where... Oh, we do probably want that, yeah. Yeah, where I'm thinking more and more about trying to get the globals done. Because arcs are going to make better ships. Fissions are going to be better ships. Coil guns are going to... Well, there's a lot behind coil guns I need to get before the coil guns become good. The first thing of coil guns isn't very good. And we'll see how the railguns work, because I suppose I could do plasma lasers on the battleships as well. Want the grass? Oh, this is the Mars. Second half of the Mars one's finishing. Okay.
Target destroyed.
Nope, they took Mongolia back. I suppose we should probably be more aggressive and try to take over some of the neighboring control points, just to get more science and more mission control and such.
Your orders.
Because yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do something like 97% chance of taking it back.
Targeting the opposition.
Ready for orders.
I
actually-
work for you now.
Don't need you to be failing missions.
Standing by.
Don't let them find out.
Don't let them find out.
Standing by.
I'm on your side.
Yep. Because it doesn't take the I click there, it doesn't take that off. So I'm clicking this person, I'm like, why is it not? Because I'm looking in the wrong spot. I'm looking in the wrong spot, that's why. Okay, so we've got more money, so we can get some more of these going. Okay, we got all the basic ones going. And then let's say I can afford 2 of the not basic ones. 2 of the tier 2. Next month we'll probably pick that up. I think we're gonna skip picking up the loyalty monitor on him. Until we can get a org that gives us some, it gives us the Inspire mission. Which is maybe an ask, because apparently I haven't found any. Oh, and can we make inspiring people? Let's try one more time. Inspiring.
I'll
again.
ensure their loyalty.
Standing by for orders.
Where to?
Ready for my mission.
Standing by for orders.
Where do you need me?
Okay. We'll go one more month and then we want to interrupt the surveillance missions. Yeah.
I will help them.
Lending my expertise.
Okay. We can continue.
I think
We're
we got a
helping
breakthrough.
the fight the xenoform. Okay, so they're
Prepping
up
for
like loyalty
mission.
29 or 24 if we are actually accurate on there. Okay, our asset went silent, so we'll have to go get a new asset.
They won't know what hit them.
The people will come to our side.
Interesting. Okay, we're except. Didn't. Okay. That's a bit rude. needs to say I'm gonna have to get some point defense. I'm surprised the point defense wasn't online. Because it should have replaced the point defense that it lost, and that should have handled one of those. Okay. Well, then solar array. And we don't need the big stuff, right? We just need one like a space dock. And one that's array. Here's the point defense array. Once this is built, then I'll take the risk on building the rest of it. But there's just a small chance I'm just gonna wait a couple of weeks and they're gonna just launch more Xenofighters. And if I gotta go park a fleet there, it's gonna make it not a thing. That's a little bit more of an issue. It's not undoable, but it's annoying.
Lightning was once feared as the anger of gods until we learned how to harness its might for ourselves. Some say fear is conquered by courage, but I say it is conquered by knowledge. Director Khalid al-Ashgar.
Oh, and they managed to take arc lasers away from me and do a rival mass communication. Rival culture never probably want that at some point, so that's fine.
Our people have taken control.
Space defense, sure. Don't do military boost is fine. We'll do something like that. Get the environment up, get the boost up, build some space defenses, sure.
The reason that conflict stains human history.
Okay, so we managed to keep control of coil guns. I don't think I'm ready for Mercury. Because our ship hasn't arrived at Venus, hasn't done its stuff to get ready to go again. Could do the ultraviolet combat lasers. I think we can build ultraviolet arc with no exotics. Though... yeah, okay. Because I had that on the high temperature superconductor so we can get improved coil guns. Let's do extended space survival so we can be going for colony habs or ring habs. That's the tier 3 habs. Green arc laser batteries, we'll set those as favorites. We probably want the green arc cannon, but work on that. Is that a new one? That is a new one. We haven't even dealt with the last one yet, we got a new one up.
Applying pressure on their people.
It's going to be places like this where they're
Standing by for
launching
orders.
the exofighters from, so I'm just going to take this from them. So if this is where it's coming from, they don't get to launch them anymore.
We're taking power.
Ready.
And yeah, we had
At
no
your
investment.
service.
Apparently, we had a great crackdown. 80% crackdown. The purge is a little bit hard. We can't just do a blind purge. But
Standing by.
that works. And then I want you to turn someone. 57's a bit of a stretch, but we can spend some influence on it.
We'll bring them to our side.
again, taking a quick check to make sure I'm not passing up on Inspire. Stabilize is actually tempting. 2 stars is a little bit expensive for it, but... Or at least I think it's a little bit expensive for it. I might be wrong, and that might be the appropriate price for it. Oh, and you can grab... Chief Computer Scientist. Which now means you have 1 science too much, but that's probably fine. Okay, and then I'm going to go around to most of our counselors, and I am going to bite the bullet by the loyalty monitor. So he was at 24, because he's now at 19. She was at 13, because she's now at 8. Don't know this one. He was at 20. We actually projected him at 19. Okay. Okay, so we now know how bad everyone is, opinion-wise. With the exception specifically of the person who would have to do the Inspire missions, because at the end of the day, I don't want his loyalty lower. I suspect his is...
At your service.
Well,
At your service.
his would be the second lowest of ours. We're going to need to raise her loyalty.
Reporting in.
Where do you need
And we don't have any way to raise
your
his, so
service?
Standing by.
want to keep him at this. What we suspect is 15. Ships under construction at Earth. We got that battleship. That'll be the commander to these guys. And then we'll probably do some acquisition. Now, that might not be this stream because we were quite a decent distance off. Infrared. No, just obsolete that. We're not. We do green if we
Offering
have the
support.
option.
Offering counsel.
Repeat that mission. Continue. As soon as these guys kill those uniforms, they're just gonna move into the next one. There we go. Coil cannons. That is a favorite. We're gonna want to research
We
that.
now have a spy in their ranks.
Okay, we got another servant
Tell me your
counselor.
orders.
There's strategic deception complete. I remember this is the one that buffs the... I think it is. We'll grab the batteries, even though we're not going to sleep with them on any of the ships right away. I think it makes the point difference better.
We've moved the needle.
Crackdown complete.
Okay, crack that place down, so the purge should be quite successful. Is that a that is a third one. Okay. Why did you... Oh, no.
I'm on your side.
You were assigned to a purge. You may have been assigned to purge the place I just purged.
We are in control here.
There we go. Full control of Kazakhstan. Reds is more funding, more
Acknowledged.
boost. Oh, they've fully merged Korea. Okay. That works for me. That totally works for me. I'm not gonna let them keep it, but that works for me. Okay, we're gonna have to refer the opinions in Korea, apparently. Burge is not particularly efficient here. That's fine. Speaking public campaign.
I will
He does
tell
that
our
decently well.
story.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, again, I don't think no straight purge is gonna work. I was originally planning going in at North Korea. In North Korea, I could have probably purged straight up. But, yeah.
We're going in.
At your service.
So I think we want admin here. So grab one admin. Gives you one slot. I actually need 2 to put that one in. Yeah. On the other hand, I could just take this one temporarily for the +1, and we can tell that back to the market when we don't need it anymore. Yeah. Let's do that. So I think I can start doing less spoiling now that we've got the augments up on all our people. Because it's going to be a while before we get the tier 3 augments. Real long while. And if I'm sitting around waiting for it, then we will have problems with the aliens before that happens.
Work in the public.
Ready.
Where do you need me?
Okay.
Where to?
Waiting for those ships to build. Those are going to take their sweet time. We are at the march, so it is time for me to send out Romeo 200. I thought I had Romeo 200 selected. Thank you. So these are both going to stop around them at the same time, so we'll just drop on 214. They're likely to disengage, but that's kind of what we want them to do. So that works for me. Engage. Yeah, they're running away. We'll just let them go. Oh, I dropped on the other one. I'm like, why did it not extend the time? Because it doesn't. It didn't drop on them. So you're June. Wait. Pretty sure I dropped on one of them. Do I have to actually make them run? Do I have to actually give chase? Okay, we'll move to 214. We know 214's there. Do surveillance. Engage. This is 214. They're actually willing to fight, so we're engaging this time. So not able to check what I'm going for, but that'll be fine. Going full speed. It is a cruiser and a destroyer. I'm thinking we want to put a decent amount of rounds into both of them. We won't shoot everything. We'll keep the 2 small ships with their rounds. Some attempts at jamming. Apparently not completely effective because we are getting all the rounds off eventually. And that, again, that's probably enough to overwhelm the cruiser. The question is, we do have a lot of hot coming in, so do we have enough armor? These old ships don't, apparently. So we were able to splat the alien fleet. So assuming no more of our ships explode, we can limp back to the closest dock, get the repairs underway. As soon as the repairs are done, we can go engage the other one. Arrives in a little over a day.
Offering
The
assistance.
repairs are probably going to take a decent amount of time, but arrival not. Infrared arc cannons, green, yes. Coal gun batteries. Counterintuitively, like I designed the battle cruisers. Well, no, we'll probably end up swapping over to full battle cruisers if we do go over to oil guns. So we'll set this as a favorite in case we want them later. Probably don't right away. Probably want to stack the point defense if we're going big enough. That's the aliens arriving at Scipio. Honestly, not much I can do. So we're going to accept, we're going to resolve, auto-resolve. Scipio did manage to do some damage to the aliens. And they blew up Scipio. Okay. How do I want to build this? So, solar. Well, I suppose there's actually an argument to go heavy fission because of the higher density, but I'm gonna resist that herd. We're gonna solar here. This is Earth. Sun is cheap and abundant. This close to Earth. What habs have we actually lost, I suppose? So, admin, we're gonna want to layer defense. I could go cheap out and go for the smaller one. We're taking more damage on these. We'll put a layered defense here. Farm. Solar array. We only need the tiny little space dock. Assuming this wasn't, well, even if this was the one where it had our ship at it, the ship's been destroyed, so. Okay. Skunk Works. Solar array. And then we'll go back out to look at our Earth stations. Our Earth stations. What labs do we have / don't have? So we've got Xeno, so we don't need more Xeno. We've got 6 space. We've probably got enough space. Looks like I only have 4 energy, but that's boost. We're not cringing at only having 24% boost bonus. Life is welfare. We could probably do more welfare. That's 3, right? Yeah, that's 3 welfare. So if we slap 3 more down, we'd have enough to get the max welfare bonus, which is good. And then while we're at it, we'll come over to Havelock. Put the space dock down here. We'll let that build out as the place. It'll be fine. I'll probably want to come along and upgrade it later, but won't do that. Farm. Admin tower. Skunk works and a solar array. Solar array. And if we come back out to this, given what we're actually got going on, it wouldn't be bad to get the set of military. Because this will actually get the Chinese army to be a little bit better at pulling those uniforms. The quicker we get these uniforms cleared, the quicker we can clear the uniform. There we go, that's good. Let's grab you. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the xenoform to properly clear, I suppose. That's why it's been taking forever. Instead of, you know, dealing with xenoforms, you know, in China, they're off in Brazil. That's the can be.
Prepping for next mission.
Mission in progress.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
I will report when my mission is complete.
I will report when my mission is complete.
Okay, so they were helping with
The
the
people will
wrong,
come to
wrong
our
xenoform.
side.
Yeah.
The people will come to our side.
Okay, so that place hopefully doesn't get killed by exofighters again. How long until our repair's done?
For the good guys.
2nd of May, okay. Matryoshka, so we're gonna want that. That gives us another buffer.
You're kidding, right? I could set a puppy on fire on live TV, right? And it wouldn't change a bloody thing. That's how much they love me.
Okay, so we failed to retain control of that, so they went to a rival culture, which we probably still want at some point. Wasn't gonna focus on it, but it's coming. Ship has arrived in low Venus orbit. Cool. Take me there. Found a platform. Just got the achievement for colonizing Venus. This is the first time I have been quite so aggressive. And of course we're gonna... Actually, no, we have enough power here that we could just... put a space dock here. Yeah, and I don't think I got anything that's gonna cost 5. Oh no, space science costs 5, so we can show the space science one here. Not really great place, but it's a usable place. When this finishes in a month, we'll be ready to go to Mercury from this location. And we should be able to just beat everyone flying from Venus to Mercury, I think. So yeah, the next one we get control of, we might want to do Mercury.
Ready.
we got some xenoforms in America.
Heading to
Go
the
deal with that.
LC.
So America probably doesn't need... Yeah, it doesn't need its armies sitting around. So I could push them into Mexico to help stabilize Mexico. Yeah, that would probably just be enough to get Mexico stabilized. Does that be another, like, 13? Yeah, that's stable in Mexico. In fact, it's probably more than it needs in Mexico. Probably only need one more in Mexico. Well, we can put both of them in there. That will definitely secure Mexico.
Offering counsel.
I will help them.
Keep the mission, because until we've dealt with all the xenoforms, we need to be fighting the xenoforms. Yeah, fighting these are going to go faster as soon as the Chinese armies get home. Given the fact we're actually needing more boosts, that is a favorite. Yeah, we probably want to do that.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay, let's go around to the places where we got. Let's stop doing spoils in China, because that was completely undermining our welfare activities there. But we were desperate. We weren't running it in America, which is good. Stop doing it in Canada. We'll get the environment up pretty quickly, I think. Back to where it was. Stop running them here. I'll again get the environment back up to where it was pretty quickly. Yeah, I think the ones that we can merge up in North America will stop spoiling for the moment. We'll see how that does for our income here. Probably want to get back to neutral. Honestly,
We have moved the needle.
it takes time.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Deploy forces. I don't need democracy in China right now.
Target secured.
Interesting. What is this council I don't know about? Idiom. With that, Mexico should be stable, so I don't have to do any more stabilizing missions in Mexico. And honestly, the cohesion's a little bit too high here, which we want to go down. And it is going down, so that'll work itself out slowly as we raise the economy. So. You have really high investigate. Figure out who the person next to you
We'll
is.
see what they're up to.
I have suspicions. Could take that 5. That would make the money a little bit worse in the short run. On the other hand, it would... Oh, well, that'll only give him one more slot, right? Well, that's still going up to Persuasion 25 already. Okay. Yeah, because we take that one off, and then we could put... +2 gives me a slot. Wait, this is... No, that's a Tucson. Yeah, so we can then... Yeah, okay. Sold myself on it. It's a lot of money, but put you on, we sell you, put you on, and now you're up to 25. Persuasion. I might actually just raise his, after, because we're done here, probably just start going raising his espionage. Make him a lot harder to find. Because right now I need him not to be found. That was kind of the problem with the last person. The last person was basically being perpetually found. And eventually that just meant they were able to roll enough times to turn them. Yeah.
Your orders?
Oh, and before we... You have Inspire. We know someone has terrible loyalty. Prove that
I'll
loyalty.
make sure they're on our side.
Please do. And then tech-wise, we are making progress. I maybe don't need Ultra Kill neutron containment so soon, but we can get these two together. This will give me access to Poseidon Lantern. I believe the Poseidon Lantern and the neutron containment can be used together. Okay, so you've got a dock credit. You don't have a core setup.
Enduring is a life spent waiting for death. Allow yourself to become the flame that pushes back the darkness. The flame that others will flock around.
Yeah, maybe don't listen to her. Or at least find better, better descriptors. Let's work on Mercury. Mission to Mercury. Because we'll be able... This is going to take, what, more than a month? Yeah, more than a month. So we'll definitely get those guys to go. Are these guys repaired yet? April, May, next month.
Lending my expertise.
Offering support.
How goes the fight? Our two are definitely winning. Because that's the damage after taking one down and basically taking down alone.
I believe they'll stay
Our
loyal to the
help
cause.
should arrive. Eventually. Should be there April 21st. Okay. So we got you up to 10.
I have new information.
Let's just try to get everyone up to like 20.
Mission in progress.
Wrapping up here.
Prepping for my next mission.
No, it's just a person from Project Exodus. I was thinking, oh, that might be an alien. But it wasn't. Broadcast outlet. Set that as a favorite. I forget exactly what that does, and I can't see from that menu.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Servants are in the Congo. We can help, so we should. Low Venus orbit. I don't think the dock is... Oh, the dock is on the construction module, isn't it? Which works for me. That means you can do your refuel and be ready for when we have the Mercury done.
Ready to go. On the way to the target site.
Yeah, most of those are going to be 20, except for the one that's over 20, which needs to get to 120. I'm going to play... Yeah, we're running a little bit longer. Well, let's say a little longer. We're at 55 minutes. We're going to run out to an hour.
Offering support.
Well, I'm going to run out specifically until we
I will help
engage
them.
the aliens doing the surveillance mission.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Cleaning things up.
Prepping for mission.
Prepping for next mission.
Prepping for mission.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
There we go. So now we have 5 times more firepower. We should win the fight quicker. Then we can move over and deal with the other one.
Recon complete.
Maybe we should stop making these guys being allies with the, Brazil, so they don't pop off over to Brazil when we send them to deal with the uniforming. Yeah, that's maybe an argument. We don't need to be allies to so many people. Can't ally America. It's probably fine if you're allied to those guys. What we don't want to be is we don't want to be allied to, say, servant countries, which you aren't. Protectorate countries, which you aren't. Who owns Brazil? I know whoever's owned it hasn't been taking good care of it, but they own it. That's probably why.
Standing by for orders. Taking it to them.
Okay, making some progress here. Confirm, advance.
Offering assistance.
Offering counsel.
Repeat and continue.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Continue. Continue. Luna. Alien fusion, alien fusion, alien fusion. There is a surveillance array there, so we do need to blow that up. That is on my hit list. There's presumably a fleet guarding it. There it is. Victor's 265 is there. That might be the first thing we send the repo fleet after. Because the repo fleet has enough range to get there and back safely. It's not going to go there very quickly, but, it's not its job. So Victor 259, we want to engage. Victor 259. Engage. Engage. They're willing to fight. I don't think we need everything firing. In fact, I'm just going to have the small ones fire. Because the lone destroyer, either it's got some mad jukes and we're going to have to dump a lot at it, or it really underestimated us, in which case it deserves what it's about to receive. You've heard the smaller ones, I think actually have bigger... Oh no, the magazine 9. I think it's running magazine. It presumably has lasers, so they're going to start firing it. Yep. Incredibly surprised that it, actually took that fight. Guess it really wanted to finish its mission, and, well, it isn't going to anymore. We took no damage. Okay, go back, refuel. The other one's out at Luna instead of the Lagrange points. Granted, I think it's out of the Luna instead of the Lagrange points because looking at the Lagrange points and recognizing I still own them. Because every time I had to go out to deal with them, they had to, I had to build a station there to refuel. You know, you're refueled. We'll go at the medium, and we'll take a look to see if we can launch. This is Luna Station. Got that fleet. 1 battlecruiser, 1 frigate. Target is likely able to escape pursuit. But arguably we'd be going up there to deal with the Coordinate Fortress Station. So, this is a little bit of a risk because these guys won't be able to come back until the place is taken, but we'll try. Gauge. Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna fight this. I was debating doing auto-resolve. So I'm gonna do something a little bit weird. I'm not gonna have the small ships fire, because I want one of the small ships to have rounds left at the end. So that we can technically destroy the station. Because we don't have the ability to seize it. And I suppose given the circumstances, full speed ahead. Feel free to burn what fuel you've got. You're gonna have to resupply here by building a station. By getting a station built. Well, they're going after the little ones. At least one of them. Oh, but they might not have put enough rounds downrange in time. No, they might have got little ones. Okay, that little one survived with its tubes intact, and it did. We will be able to officially destroy this station. Okay. Suppose we can have Romeo 2, 2, 3 come back to build the station. That's not what we're going to do. Destroy the hab. Coordinate station destroyed by the resistance. Medium Earth, or medium Luna orbit. Medium Luna orbit, give us platform. On that platform, give me a soul collector and a small space docker. And apparently we need another soul collector to even be able to power it, because we've this shadow of the planet Earth. And then to make it a little bit harder for the aliens. The aliens haven't tried to take any of the ones that we put out, but we'll put a point defense here. Targeting Marshall Station. So we've pissed the aliens off, obviously. Depending on which station Marshall Station is, that might be an issue. Are they coming straight from my dock? No, they're not. Okay, we can tolerate Marshall Station having a bad day. It's the Energy Research Center. Except auto-resolve. We do some damage. Our guns at this point are actually good enough to do some damage, which is saying something, but yeah, no, not enough to save the station. And an orbital. We're gonna do the usual sort of solar array tricks. This is low Earth orbit, so we're gonna put a space dock to save some power. Admin tower. Farm. Yeah, we'll splurge and go the full layer defense. Another solar array. Skunk Works. Now, if I want this to do its previous job of energy research real well, I could probably, and this is what we'll do, we'll throw one heavy fission reactor on here. Makes it far more expensive to operate, but that'll allow us to run energy research centers. 3 of them.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We've moved the needle.
Fleet launches for low Mars orbit. I have a feeling we're about to watch the Martian fleet get destroyed again. Or, well, the next part we'll watch the Martian fleet get destroyed again.
By the numbers.
Okay. There we go. Deploy the armies to there. Assuming that's all 5 of them being deployed, please. Thank you. And yeah, this is probably a good place to put a part break in. In the next one, we'll have green arc laser batteries. That means the ship that we designed with green battery, or no, that's cannons. I think this is the point defenses. The point defenses will get stronger. This is the laser batteries instead of being... I'm actually not sure we ever gave them the laser batteries. They might still be running the old cannons. Green arc laser batteries will be much better. Which case they'll actually probably be a little bit threatening to the aliens. Alien robotics is nice. We got that coming up soon. 5% faster shipbuilding. Ultra cold neutron containment is neutron spikers. That'll go really well, I believe, with the Poseidon Lantern. Which we're going to get up here. That come out of the terawatt gas core fission is going to give us lighter, faster ships. These two combined will give us lighter, faster ships. We're working on Mercury. That's 2nd of August, which then means we can send the colony ship out. I can probably upgrade the colony we already have around Venus. And that's not actually a bad place. It's not as good as Mercury. For various options. And we may want to start unlocking some of those options, which would basically be more and more and more science. The one thing I'm worried about is our volatiles. Mercury is going to give us 3 more mines. We'll look at what we can get on Mercury. Worst case scenario, we might send the proverbial repo ship and go repossess some spots on our Mars from the other factions to get some more volatiles. But that'll be all in the next one. Most of these are all going to probably finish very early next one, right? We're middle of May. That's going to finish the next council action. That's going to finish the next council action. That's June, so that's only like 3 council actions off. January is actually quite a decent tick out. So that's probably actually the one that's going to be the longest away. August isn't that far, because it's at least this year, compared to that January. We're having a little bit of problems. We did lose that one council, or we didn't lose that counselor, but we were basically at the position where it's like, well, we got no way to keep the counselor and not get them unturned, right? We knew they were turned. That was just going to be a liability holding onto them. We basically got this person to do the same thing. They got lower security. They got a little bit higher investigate. And they're not famous in the same way. So we don't have to worry about them being detected. We don't have a good way to raise their loyalty yet, which is a concern. You're saving up for Untouchable at this point. You have everything that you need. I'm not going to go for Iron Hand, because we don't do oppression. Yeah, oppression's still in that space, headspace where I don't think it's very useful. So we're not going to do Iron Hand. I'm really going to give him Persuasion here. One of the things we're going to be on the lookout for is an org that gives us Inspire. And we might try to shoehorn it onto this person. Right, we can take off one of the mission control orgs to make space for it. So if it's a 3-star, we can work it. If it's a 2-star, we can work it. It's a 1-star, we can work it. We just got to find it. They're not, as far as I know, they're not common in Spire orgs. Or they're really common, I'm just missing them because I didn't think they were important when I was being offered them. One of those two. But yeah, we haven't seen any since I've decided I didn't want one. You're saving up for Untouchable. You only get up to 120, so it's actually going to be fairly cheap. And then we might take a... Counselor Wealthy is usually not very strong, but we might take Counselor Wealthy, or maybe stack Espionage, or stack some Persuasion or something. Depending on whether I'm worried about him being detected, or... Well, this is one of the other guys where we could get Inspire. And he obviously can't have Inspire anymore because he has Suspicious. I wouldn't have been surprised if this guy did have Inspire at some point, because I remembered having a second person that had Inspire. But none of the counselors here, or none of the orgs on him provide it. It may have also been the guy that I replaced this guy with had Inspire, because I remembered a second person having it, but I got everyone inspired where I wanted them and was just happy with that, and apparently got too complacent. Yeah. So the run, I think, is going well. It's going a lot better than the previous run. We haven't been letting the aliens keep observation posts up. We've been pretty much interfering with them doing surveillance missions. Haven't really been doing a lot with the aliens on the planet. There's still, I think, the full 8 kicking around. They've learned to stay out of my territory. Because I have killed them if they've done that.
Ready to go.
Right, and I think we know... We know where 3 of them are. Okay, there's 3 in the European Union. We know where Alpha 5, Alpha 11, and Alpha 18 are. They're not being stealthy enough. No, that's not surprising with Alpha 5. Alpha 5 is one of the first waivers, so he's probably not got the best security. Alpha 18 is probably only as vulnerable as he is, because he's probably in... Yeah, he's a second waiver. That gives him extra security. He's got Survivor. He's probably just in a country that doesn't like him. That's making him vulnerable. But yeah, if they come like into my countries, I'll probably arrest them, or shoot them or something. They haven't been doing that. They've been keeping out of America. They've been keeping out of China, at least as far as I can tell. They've been keeping out of America, keeping out of China. At least since I've had the detection high enough to easily detect them. There's been attempts to use more of a mission control, and I think we are working towards using more of the mission control. Just, you know, I have a bad habit of getting all the ships blown up. Our ships are early game armored ships. They don't have great frontal armor. The second generation ships here, the actual ships with guns, when they're done, they're going to have some pretty decent frontal armor. I'm going to be less worried about them blowing up. And maybe, and this is why we got no volatiles, to be fair. I put too much side armor on them. So the next wave of these guys is going to get no side armor. And as soon as they're done, I'm going to check to see if upgrading them to a version with side armor gives us any volatiles back. If it doesn't, then I won't upgrade them like that. But if it does, then we'll take a bunch of the volatiles back when we go to upgrade them. Because I think because it takes so long, we've already upgraded them basically. We've already got upgrades. So that's the Gallipolis. Gallipoli block 3s. So this is the lower armor variant. Oh no, we've got upgraded lasers. Yeah, we don't have an arm. Well, we won't be able to replace the engine anyway, so they're going to be stuck with the engines they got. And these are running ion drives, so they can't run the hydrogen containment. Yeah. We might get a better power plant for them. We'll make it a little more speed efficient. These run hydrogen. This one runs double gases. So the hydrogens can take the hydrogen containment, making them more fuel efficient. I don't think it makes them fuel efficient enough to keep up the grid drive, which is why we're running the grid drive on here. With that neutron spiker, I think that stacks with the liquid hydrogen. So for the hydrogen drives, that might work going forward. Granted, the muon spiker I think only works on fission powered drives, so it won't work on the ion drive because it's any type power plant. But this is the state of the run. I think we're doing a lot better than the last one. We haven't seen any assault ships yet. The thing I'm a little worried about, especially in the current state, is when they come, that, because the construction takes so long for warships, that I won't have any warships to respond to them. Right now we've got our Earth defense fleet is stranded at the moon. Stranded at the moon. I'm gonna have to remember it's stranded at the moon. We only have to go council action in half, and we can in theory start doing refuel, resupply. Assuming they can even get to the hab. Yeah, assuming they can get to the hab. If I was really worried about that, I could probably build more. What if I build 2, send the 2 out there, add them to the fleet, split the fuel. They only got to go like a smidge to get to the station they're in theory at. That might be the problem. Is I think there's multiple Luna medium orbits. They might not be at the right medium orbit. I haven't saved, so this is actually a good time to. Oh yeah, these guys are out of fuel, completely out of fuel. I don't even have the ability to choose a destination. So yeah, these guys aren't at the location. I'm going to assume that I actually need to get some fuel to them. Let's assume that. So before I forget, I will go ahead and build one escort and one monitor. That's not the optimal place to build them. Up here probably would be, but 49 days plus 87 is still faster than, or is still slower than 130. So we're going to be better off just building them, chipping them. And they should show up with enough. Well, actually, I'll send them up to the shipyard we're building. Right, so they'll have enough to get there, they'll refuel, and then they can fly out to the fleet. That'll work. They'll unstrand our fleet in 140, 150 days. And I suppose we can do a deep space interceptor if the assault carrier comes in, as long as the assault carrier is more than 49 days out, and it'll be more than 49 days out. Okay, so I've just talked myself out of my biggest concern, which is an assault carrier comes in while the fleet's not ready, but we should be able to get the fleet working again, I think. Maybe. And then Romeo 200. Even when we unstrand it, it's only going to be 6, 7, basically 8 ships. So probably still want to queue up behind the, because we're not sure if these battleships work. Well, I'm not sure these battleships work. I think for fights they should work. The aliens don't have to fight them, they can run away from them. They're not going to be fast enough to catch the aliens. So we'll go ahead and grab a bunch of monitors in here. Mainly to sort of get to HABs. The big problems with those battleships is the aliens can arrive at a HAB, take out the point defense, burn the HAB to the ground, move on to the next one before we arrive at the HAB. Whereas our missile-carrying ones are fast enough to get to the HAB in time. Not necessarily to save everything, but to at least retaliate against the aliens for blowing it up. Yeah. Okay, so before I ramble on too much, this is where I'm going to put the part break in for this part. Actually put this part break in. This is the end of the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, if everything goes according to plan, there should be another part up tomorrow. Let me bring up the schedule for Twitch viewers. So if you're watching on Twitch, I do stream a different game every night, rotating between 4 different games. We just recorded 4 parts, so YouTube shouldn't have a part break, assuming they're watching one a day, between this part and the next part. But if you're watching on Twitch, the next stream for this will be in 4 days. Tomorrow's stream will be, we're gonna go back to the Banished Vault for a second run of that. We're gonna see how it goes with the difficulty turned up a little bit. The day after that will be XCOM, The Enemy Within. We're gonna try to push farther a little bit into the campaign. I think we're getting solidly into getting all the Tier 3 equipment, so it'll be really nice to get all that Tier 3 equipment going. And then we'll be trying to figure out what the actual end game is in that game. At this point, I'm fairly certain I haven't actually seen the end of XCOM, so it's a surprise to me. But the whole point of recording XCOM was so that I could remember what the ending was, if I'd actually completed it, and I think at this point I haven't. The day after XCOM will be the Old World as we continue that Egypt run. And all the shenanigans that was going on at the end of that one. We'll see if we can even win, because things might go south. But it'll be the Old World is Egypt in Monday night. So if you're watching this on Twitch, this should be Thursday's video? Yeah, this will be Thursday's video. So the next recording for this should be on this upcoming Tuesday for me. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this should be that Thursday after that Tuesday. So that's the upcoming schedule. I hope everyone has been enjoying this stream, and hopefully you enjoys the stuff coming up in the future. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.